Uhuru really left his close confidence in what can be termed as a political quagmire. Because ever since William Samoei Ruto assumed office, there have been casualties day in, day out. And as I speak, the latest of the casualties has been Rafael Tuju, Grace Wahungu, the Sirisia MP known as Waluhe. And it is in this platform that I did a video of a list to whom it was believed that they are going to face it very rough in William Ruto's government. And actually, as I speak, my prophecy has come to pass. The latest of the casualty being Rafael Tuju. And in this episode, I'd like us to focus mainly on the three: Rafael Tuju, Grace Wahungu, and the Sirisia MP Waluhe, and somebody, the former majority leader in the National Assembly, Amos Kimunya. But before we dissect into that, if you're watching me for the very first time, kindly please consider hitting on the subscribe button. If you've been watching my videos and you've not subscribed, kindly please consider hitting on the subscribe button. And more so, if you're watching me from a different platform, either Telegram, TikTok, or Facebook, kindly please just head on to YouTube, search for Mohamed Sudi. I'll be the first right person to pop up. If matters social, economic, and political matters are your great areas of concerns, kindly please consider hitting on the subscribe button, so that each and every time that I upload a new video, it will automatically reflect on your notification panel. And by so doing, you'll simply be supporting my content. Rafael Tuju promised that if William Samoei Ruto ascended to power, then he will look for a country to go.
Mimi nafikiria mtu kama Kinoti na labda Rafael Tuju tutatafuta nchi nyingine ya kwenda. Yes. Tutatafuta nchi nyingine ya kwenda. Kwanza Kinoti atalazimishwa aende exile. Vile Kirayutu alienda exile.
Okay, now
Huyu akipata, no, I can say that without risk of contradiction. Ruto akipata uongozi.
As I speak, the High Court has ordered auctioning of all property belonging to Rafael Tuju over Kenya shilling 1.6 billion loan default. Many people have termed it as a political witch hunt. Could it be political witch hunt from William Ruto's government, or is it that he was defaulting from paying loans because he was enjoying state protection from the previous government? I leave that on your hands, simply because the answer to this question lies with what your political affiliation is. If you're in William Ruto's government, or you're a William Ruto supporter, then you'll believe that the government is doing its work more so through the judiciary. And if you're in the opposition side of it, then you will believe this could be a political witch hunt to the people to whom was sabotaging William Ruto from occupying the highest office of the land. Personally, I believe this man was enjoying state protection to an extent that he had to default from paying loans, knowing that the state mercenaries will protect him. And that is key to an extent that during the election night, there's a time that he was seen in the CCTV footage looking for Chebukati at around 3 a.m. just to manipulate the results in the favor of their preferred candidate. I believe Rafael Tuju must have been promised a very clean and soft life if at all he will be able to curb Ruto's political ambitions of becoming the 5th president of Kenya. Just to add on that, I believe Rafael Tuju is the most devastated man in this country as I speak, because very soon he is going to be declared bankrupt. And one thing that I know he cannot dare is try to fly out, simply because it is just barely 2 weeks ago his close friend David Morathe tried flying out of the country, but he was asked not to. So I know he cannot try that. Ruto warned them earlier enough.
We must be careful on where we are going. Today, you may have the latitude to do what you think will be right as per you. Tomorrow, the shoe will be on the other leg.
On the other side, Grace Wahungu, a sister to former Vice President Mudi Awori, a mother to former CS and the current ambassador to France, Judy Wahungu, an aunt to Jeremy Awor, the current CEO of Absa Bank, is currently serving 69 years jail term. And as I speak, as I'm recording this video, she is already asleep because it is now 5:10, and we all know the nature of our jails.
Kidogo sawa. Hapo sawa. Pina. Jaribu kuchukua kutoka chini,
Grace Wahungu and the Sirisia Member of Parliament, somebody Waluhe, John Waluhe, have already started serving their jail terms, 69 years and 57 years respectively. And I believe that is the way to go, because they defrauded the government and acquired large amounts of money through forgery. I say kudos to the judiciary, because that is the way to go. Since time immemorial in this country, there has been a tendency whereby you steal 500 million and you're given 50,000 cash bail, of which that I feel, in my own opinion, that will encourage more corruption. But if this is the way that judiciary has decided to take, then I believe it is superb, because this in its own self will discourage people to be corrupt and more so to loot public resources.
Member of Parliament John Waluke has surrendered to police in Nairobi after the High Court on Thursday upheld his 67-year jail sentence over fraud. Waluke surrendered to the Milimani Law Courts on Friday afternoon, where he was detained at the facility's cells awaiting transfer to prison. High Court Judge Esther Maina upheld a court judgment that directed Waluke pay a 1 billion shillings fine or serve 67 years in jail for fraud. Waluke, who had appealed against the magistrate's court ruling that slapped him with the heavy sentences, lost the appeal at the High Court. The legislator was in June 2020 found guilty of defrauding the National Cereals and Produce Board of 297 million Kenya shillings.
On the other hand, Amos Kimunya, the former majority leader in the National Assembly, has been asked to pay 60 million worth Kenya shillings for a parcel of land that he grabbed back in 2014. It is either he pays the cash or face a jail term. It is that simple. I think you and I now can see the ripple effects, more so positive, that the swearing in of the 6 judges has brought, because immediately they were sworn in, the 6 judges would help to remove the backlog of cases in the judiciary. As I end this, kindly please, if you have not subscribed, just click on the subscribe button. And one advice of the day that I'm learning from this episode is that if you hate someone, don't go overboard, because when it is their time to retaliate, you're going to face it very rough. And a good example of this is none other than the one man, Rafael Tuju. Thank you, and may God bless you.